This is the GJRB Online Network. And now, Gary J. in the morning.
Just let me into your heart. Please, man, let me into your heart. Come on, help me. Love can be yours. Let us be together. Let us be an example of love. You must let me into your life. Please, man, let me into your heart. Come on, help me. Love can be yours. With you, I'll see another day, and we're through going our own way. So tomorrow, it's just another day, and we'll borrow another day. With time, we'll see each other through, and you're mine, but what am I to do? It's
It's yesterday's news. My game is I got you. So we'll walk through these fields and we'll feel the summer rays, the wild weed and camille. They'll soon be together again. A bloom of your finest colors, in tune with all the flowers. This weed will let you go through in this need to grow with you. So now this time has come for us to get this done. Your seed will find its way through this weed that tangled you. So we'll walk through these fields and we'll feel the summer rains, the wild weed and camille. They'll soon be together again. They'll soon be together again. They'll soon be together again.
One of my favorite artists. One of our favorite artists here is Spreaker from Chicago, Illinois. His name is Jamie Darnold with Tonight, Tomorrow, and Forever. And we started the show off with Let Me Be Your Lover, Mark Morlock. New emerging artist all the time right here. And hello everyone, hello everywhere across America. Gary J. Russell with you. We got a great show lined up for you here. Welcome to Gary J. in the Morning. What a way to wake up on a beautiful morning. Sunshine, absolutely fabulous here on a Tuesday morning in Clinton, Iowa, on about the second or maybe even third day of summer. Yeah. And we'll talk about how they had snow in Colorado. Say, what's up with that, man? Good grief. Talk about that coming up. Here's some of the music you'll be hearing, and it includes a group called Young Mister. With anybody out there? And Mr. Majestic. It's a group we've been playing for some time. It's a selection called Mood Swing. Had that wrong song played, but whatever. Got that and a whole lot more. Start to stay with me. Yeah, we got this and a whole lot more. And of course, all your favorite music, whether on the Fives, Gary J's Sports page. And great stuff to bring you closer together with us here on GJRB. And of course, don't forget we do have all the great music this afternoon and some severe weather possibly. We're talking about some could be severe. We'll take a look at that local forecast coming up a little later on for you. Keep on top of that one. Gary J in the morning starts now right here on Spreaker. Start that song over again. Run, Mr. Anybody out there? Gary J in the morning on GJRB. GJRB online on Spreaker across America. Hey, I tell you what, stick around, because coming up we have some new emerging artists. As we always play new emerging artists here on GJRB. Got some emerging artists coming from the UK and other great parts of the country. So stick around. Got some new emerging artists all the time here on GJRB online. Don't forget, I'll get an announcement about Up and Coming returning to our airwaves this summer right here on GJRB. Here's Stock Rock. GJRB Online, Greg Gross, and Jesus Changes Everything. Good morning, everyone. Gary J. Russ with you, Gary J. in the morning, here on Spreaker across America, and of course, all the West Coast people listening. You guys are at 22 minutes after 8 o'clock. And in Alaska, after 7 o'clock, some places even earlier. As a matter of fact, we'll take a look at some of the time zones in some areas where it's a little earlier in the morning. And we're the ones we're broadcasting to, the West Coast, from Portland, Oregon, Seattle, Washington, all the way down the Pacific Coast to Southern California and into Arizona. And you guys listening in Colorado, what's up with that? You guys got snow. My God, the first day of summer and it's snow on the ground. Like, what is that, 6 inches or something like that? I said, what's up with that? You keep it, okay? Because, it's summer here, okay? Expecting here, we're supposed to get near 90 today. Talking about some heat coming through. Actually, I think here in Clinton, Iowa, we're supposed to reach the 80s, but it's not too shabby, okay? I can deal with that. 80s is not bad. It's just when it starts getting into the 90s and above, it starts to get sweltering. Not very good sometimes. The heat, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, Colorado, keep your snow, okay? I don't want it. We had enough of it this year. But anyway, we got some good music coming up. You'll stay with me. We got some your favorites, and we're going to have emerging artists as well. I've got some new groups that I've been going to find from my Reverb Nation tile. Reverb Nation, you guys want to check it out. Now, if you are a new emerging artist, and you're on Reverb Nation, if you're a new emerging artist and you're on SoundCloud, SoundClick, those are all emerging artist sites. You have a song that you want on the air, just let me know where you're at. Or send me an email with your MP3 your song to GaryJ65@yahoo.com or GaryJ021361 021361@gmail.com, and I will play your song on my show. I review all the music, I listen to them, and I pick some of the ones that are the best, and they're going to be part of the return of. Now, for a lot of people who are new to this station, and I'll tell you about it coming up, I used to have a show called Up and Coming, which was a show strictly about emerging artists. And I'll be talking about that coming up. And had a lot of really good, we had a good show when it was on. Why I quit it all, I still don't figure that one out. But anyhow, let's take a look at our weather on the 5s, and then we'll talk more about it. Right now, though, let's take a look at our weather on the 5s. The severe thunderstorms today may produce some heavy, large hail, damaging winds, perhaps isolated tornadoes along a front from the northeast Kansas until over into western lower Michigan. The focus for this unsettled weather, though, is a shift into the west for a second half of the week. Expect to be below average temperatures over much of the west, and a risk of some strong to severe thunderstorms over portions of Montana. And we'll take a look at Montana's weather. We'll take a look at the weather for Colorado, all those areas that are under this storm system. So we're going to keep a look at those. We'll visit Weather Nation coming up a little later on. We'll take a look at national weather, see what's going on severe weather. All coming up next. And of course, details on the return of Up and Coming, all on the way on Gary J in the morning, right here on GJRB.
There's a problem on our list today, and that is the safety of our children boarding and getting off the bus on busy roads. That problem is drivers who don't stop at a school bus when the arm is out, the lights are flashing, and the stop sign is out, leaving kids in danger of getting hit. That problem is also people who are so much in a hurry to get to work or too busy on their phones to pay attention to what's going on outside their windshield. As a result, someone hits a child getting off the bus. If you pass a school bus with its lights flashing, its arms out, and stop sign flashing, you have committed a stop arm violation. This is the law, Violators could cost you a suspension of your
dealer for expert advice, superior service, and exceptional offers.
Own the night, space travelers. Spaced Out Radio is on weeknights at 11 p.m. on Spreaker FM 88.9.
We got a lot of hits on our 80s show this past weekend. Thank you so much for listening to that show. I had a good time doing the 80s. Love playing the 80s. And that's from the movie Breakfast Club. And Don't You Forget About Me, Simple Minds. Gary J. Russell with you. Gary J. in the morning. Got sports page coming up around the corner. Take a look at what's going on in the world of sports. We'll have weather on the flies, check some temperatures. And a whole lot more good stuff, and we'll talk at you. So, talk at you. Why do I always say that? learn, talk with you, talk to you about whatever you want to talk about. Chat room will be open, everything's open. There's Mr. Majestic, Mood Swing. Good morning. Welcome to Gary J in the Morning on GJRB.
When the mood swing comes, it washes over me. It comes in shades of gray with black intensity. It's not something I choose, I hope you understand. To break your little heart is not part of my plan. When it's very bad, the state I'm going through, you should be very glad it's not happening to you. When it's very good, it's also very grand. Just take what you can grab and get out while you can. And get out while you can. Ah, here comes another mood swing. When the mood swing comes, it comes on in full force. Find something strong to hold and just let it run its course. Don't look the other way, it does no good to hide. It cannot be ignored and it will not be denied. When it's very bad, another fall from grace. I feel so very small from the look upon your face. When it's very good, it's more than you can stand. Just take what you can grab and get out while you can. Get out while you can. Ah, here comes another mood swing. Try as I might, I just can't seem to fight it. Try as I may, I can't make it go away. I can't make it go away. When the mood swing comes, it washes over me. It comes in shades of gray with a black intensity. It's not something I choose, I hope you understand. To break your little heart is not part of my plan. When it's very bad, the state I'm going through, you should be very glad it's not happening to you. When it's very good, it's also very grand. Just take what you can grab and get out while you can. Get out while you can. Ah, here comes another mood swing. Here comes another mood swing.
Yeah, great tune, Mood Swing, Mr. Majestic on GJRB. Gary J in the Morning here on Spreaker, trying to make a show every show different than the one previous. Only because, you know, sometimes I like to do that format where I do straight news and, the news in the way radio I grew up with. But every once in a while, I like to do my own radio. You know, I do different formats. I do different shows. And sometimes I like to do things just a little differently from show to show to show. But usually Tuesday shows are a little bit more tighter. But every once in a while, I like to just kind of fly at the seat of my pants and see, you know, like I said on Saturday's show, on Saturday's Gary wrestling program, Saturday Extra, fly at the seat of my pants and just see where it takes me. That's just it. And that's what I do here on the Gary J. The Morning Show. Just kind of let it slide a little bit. Get my news from another source, because I have various news sources that I use. And Mike, if you're ever listening, if you're talking about a news program, I'd suggest consider all kinds of sources, because, you know, one source may be better than another, but, you know, I always like to listen to other commentators, but or other news people, but I like to go where the good news is. And sometimes what I always do, I don't know how everybody feels about CBN. I have a great respect for them. CBN's fabulous. True News, I follow them here on Spreaker. They got a pretty good station there with a lot of really good news programming and stuff. Use it for programming on my 9-foot signals. True News is absolutely fabulous for news. And I have a lot of other news that that are news sources. I have one here on my tablet. It's a really neat news app. If you ever want to try it, they are incredible. They are good. I stand behind them quite a bit. It's called Newsbreak. Just look for it. Just type it in on your Google, and it'll come up. It's very good. They even give you your local news headlines. You just put in your zip code, I think. It's a good source for local news and national news. It's called Newsbreak. It's a real good news app. So you can put that on your phone. It's good. I stand behind it an awful lot. It's a great news app. But I missed the news headlines at the half hour, so better late than never, I always say. And don't even have my news sounder ready, so I'm just going to do this dry. In other words, just cold. No news sounder, no news opening. Just, straight cold, just straight off the cuff. A little personality to my show, because this is personality radio the way it used to be and what I grew up with in Pittsburgh, and album rock stations the way this one DJ used to do news. He used to incorporate it into a show, and it was casual conversational news. You got informed, but it wasn't straight in your face, wall to wall, tight news headlines. It was absolutely fabulous. I stand behind this 100%. Just a brief look at the news. We'll have an update coming up. A driver was charged in that 7 biker deaths. He has a record. He's a 23-year-old facing 7 charges of neglect and homicide after that fiery New Hampshire crash, which has stopped twice in the past for suspicion of drunk driving. So drunk driving was a result of that horrible motorcycle accident in New Hampshire. My goodness. But let's see what else. We got President Trump, who said he denies that he had sexual intercourse, or he denied that he had raped Jean Carroll at that department store. He says she's crazy. I don't even know her, blah, blah, blah. So we'll talk about that one later. I mean, here we go again. But, I'm beginning to think that this man, I mean, like I said, it just has to do with the media. It has to do with airing dirty laundry in public. It has to do with the evil things that people do and then deny it in public to make themselves look good whatever the case may be, President Trump, as far as being the President of the United States, he's doing the job he's supposed to be doing to keep us safe, but his background is not very good. This woman came forward. Now, it's amazing. I was talking about this the other day with one of the guys at church even. It's amazing how this guy automatically is emphatically denying that he had raped this woman in the dressing room at a department store. The thing about I have a problem with, and of course today it would be a lot different because there's cameras everywhere, is the fact that President Trump, probably at that time there was no cameras, there was probably some kind of sense of privacy, but you have to wonder what was going on. Because, these dressing rooms and a lot of these department stores are so close together in the way they hook it, because a lot of them are so weakly manufactured. How could he even do that unless that dressing room was very sturdy, and then they had some back areas where he had dressing rooms. So, it's possible. I'm not saying it is, but it's possible that could have happened. So we're going to talk about that later, your opinion on it as well. Also, we're going to talk about a lot of other things, including the weather and sports page coming up. And we'll do weather on the fives anytime that ends in 5, 15, 25, 35, 45, or 55 minutes past the hour. If I'm not ready for the weather at the weather window at 25 and 45 past the hour, then I do weather anytime in the hour that ends in 5. Weather on the 5's coming up in about 10 minutes, just ahead of the news brief, right here on GJRB online, here on Spreaker. Gary J in the morning, here. I hope you're enjoying the program wherever you're listening across the fine USA. We're winding down to about 1 minute and 17 in this first part. So we're going to be kind of in this first part segment. This segment's about to end. But like I said before, we usually kind of flip it over a little bit for about 12 minutes of the rest of the hour, because we're like about 12 minutes to the hour right now with 1 minute left on this segment. So we'll have about maybe 12 minutes or so in this next segment. And then we're going to flip to hour 2, part 2. So when you see part 2, that's hour 2 for my own calculations as well. So when I go back and repeat this show as voice tracking, I can dig out all the time-sensitive material, and you won't even know the difference. But anyway, I'm telling my secrets. Anyway, you got Gary J in the morning here on GJRB Online. We're going to take a break. Be right back on the other side. Catch you on the flip. Got some more great music on the way, so stay with me. New emerging artists and some great old songs too as well, so stay with me. Gary J in the morning here on Spreaker on the GJRB Online Network.